Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast Play One vs. World's Life is Strange fan podcast. This is episode 113, Side B. I am with your co-host Adnan Riaz. My co-host Adam Evalt is back. Adam, you're back.
I am so here, dude. I'm teeming with excitement.
Yes, you're teeming with exciting. You're doing a lot of things with excitement, and this is actually a very exciting episode because it's a little bit of a change. I think True Colors does dominate the early part of this conversation, which would be quite nice. We're moving away from the Life is Strange TV show. That is in the first part. If you're
We're back to
wondering.
2021, baby, when this whole show started.
Oh, the innocence, the youth innocence when you go back and watch those episodes. Deary me. So yeah, it's going to be a much more upbeat and positive note as it always is. But yeah, before we start, if you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video and share your friends. And also as well, StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. So you can check us out on Spotify with a video version, Apple Podcasts. So go and check us out there. Go and rate us, go and download us. It helps support the podcast. We have 50 ratings on StrangeCast. We have over 330 followers. So if you do rate us, you boost our visibility and you get instant access to your content as soon as it becomes available. We are on Patreon, so thank you so much for being on Patreon. Thanks for supporting us as well. There are incentives there. There is going to be an incentive coming up the week after, or the week after that, where it's going to be the Patreon built episode. So you can build the Lost Records Journal X StrangeCast podcast episode with questions and topics. So do stay tuned for that. That'll be the September installment. And obviously, depending on when this episode comes out, our incentive has probably gone at that point because there is an interview / opportunity on there. But that's also still pending me recording that, so let's see how that goes. But there is an opportunity there. If it's still going, you can check it out. If it's not, unfortunately, it's closed, but there are more to come in the future. So, Adam, we're back. Should we go into our first piece of news?
Oh, yeah, let's do this.
I'm very excited because our first piece of news is about one of our favorite people. It's got many great people in there, but it's one of our favorite people that dominates the first piece of news.
Yeah.
So, Adam, I'm on screen share here with you. I'm going to pull up on the bigger screen for the people. So, as you can see here, guys, PAX West happened recently, and also the Life is Strange actors were there for a panel. This was a story on Popverse, which is Life is Strange Avengers. The voice cast of long-running Square Enix episodic series is ready to have their team-up moment. This is from Graham McMillan, who put in here, 31st of August, published it. It says, Square Enix's episodic adventure game series Life is Strange has been running since 2015, though multiple incarnations, including 2017's Life is Strange Before the Storm, 2021's Life is Strange True Colors, and 2024's Life is Strange Double Exposure, each with its own cast, setting, and superpowered protagonists. But what if the series was less of an anthology of unconnected stories and something more? Sorry, I'm going crazy here. And more something that we learned, that we leaned into its shared universe setting, like the MCU. Must be going crazy. Sorry, it's white screen. I don't read really well on white screens. Katy Bentz put here as well. She was on the panel. She put, and I quote, I always want to have a Life is Strange Avengers game. Let's get us all there, get everybody's powers, and let's make it a battle royale or something. Let's just have fun with it. And then Erika Mori, or Emily Mori, Adam, actually. the evil twin sister of Erika Mori, who is here.
So we got Michael Kolch and Emily Mori.
Emily Mori, yes. So we got Michael Kolch, Emily Mori. We've got a whole universe of different sloozer names. But yeah, Emily Mori, or Erika Mori, put here, Alex isn't mine, but I do feel very protective of her and her story. And so I think I would have to read the script, or at least the narrative arc, bringing a heavier crossover. I think it would be cool if it was done well. It does get really interesting and complex when you think about the different powers that people have, and who would suss out who. And then even Han Solo, who's Gabe Chen in Life is Strange True Colors. Sorry, I should read that again. Even Han Solo, who's Gabe Chen, technically got crushed by a boulder in True Colors, is up for the idea. I still don't think I died. Do you ever see Gabe dead? Which is, fair point. Yeah. So that is the story in itself. We were mainly going to focus on Erika Mori's comment. I bring Katie's in as well.
Emily, because
Emily Mori.
It might have been Emily Mori because Emily said Alex isn't mine, but maybe Erika said, something different.
Indeed.
Yes.
Emily Mori must have been wearing the face mask of Erika Mori during this panel. Yeah, very interesting takes though, because obviously this is on the back of double exposure and also, the setting of that and the way it ends. And obviously John Stauder doing those interviews that he did before he was laid off at Deck Nine when he was the Life is Strange double exposure director.
Yeah.
And also as well, I made other things as well. I think Kevin has asked us some topics for some of the Lost Records Journal crossover podcast episodes as well. Erika Mori there, for me, based. Erika Mori is a based, which is a common W walking around.
Also, like I share kindred souls with Christian Divine and Erika Mori. We're all one of the same person. We don't care. We're just like, hey, this is how it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a Capricorn ADHD thing. I don't know. Like base your bad behavior on something. The stars, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're all kindred spirits in a way of just saying like, dude, chill, relax with this, man. Alex isn't mine, but I do feel very protective of her and her story. Yeah, in the same way, like, yeah, sure. If you play a character, you put yourself into that character, but you also understand that that's not yours. But
Mhm.
Erica also, I'm sorry, Emily. Emily respects the art of story writing.
Mm,
And, and Erica is very much into the scene of saying like, if something's
yeah.
done right, I will do it. But if something's done wrong, I don't want any part of it. I don't want to be credited for it. Like I don't want to be involved in this. Like
Mm.
Erica is very much on that stance. After we've spoken to her twice, I can sense that about her personality.
Twice.
Yeah,
I think I've done it 3 times. I don't know what you're about. You've done it twice.
yeah, I've done it. Well, like, yeah. Wait, what? The third time? The third time? What? Why wasn't
Life
I
After
there?
Strange.
Oh, yeah. And then I forgot about that. Yeah.
Wait, actually, hang on a minute. I think she's been on more. No, she's been on StrangeCast. She came on for when she was
Yeah.
talking about her American, her Japanese,
I think
Chinese,
I only
Caucasian.
spoke to her twice.
No, because so she came on. What I think she's been on StrangeCast 3 times because she's been on for Heat Waves when she was talking about that in the audio. But that was the last time we saw her, and she appeared on
Yes.
here. She came on for The Expanse when she was talking about that, and then she came on prior to that for her Chinese, her Japanese, her Caucasian culture, and then she's been on Life After Strange as well.
I guess so, yeah.
I think she's been on
Yeah.
3 times on StrangeCast. I'm pretty sure she has been on 3 times for StrangeCast. So
I thought we had the the culture thing during the Expanse talk. I thought we did.
something tells me that wasn't part of that conversation.
Yeah.
So she's been
This
on.
makes me feel like, oh yeah, Erica's such a forgettable person. I can only remember the twice. Uh she bullies me every
Okay,
time
she
I'm on
might
here.
be in
So
twice actually. She might be in twice. It might be
yeah.
twice. Might be
I
bleeding over in that.
Yeah, I think it was.
No,
But
no,
again,
no, no.
oh,
It's free.
three
It
times.
is free.
I've spoken to her 3 times,
Yeah. So
and she
2022,
bullied me every time.
2023.
She's
Well,
such
it
a
deserved
mean
that though.
Yeah, she's a mean person, man.
Yeah.
She's a delight. But but she does like to be involved in things that she believes in, you know?
Yeah.
So when she says like I might not own it, but if
Mhm.
it's done well, I'll be involved. Like that's the
Yeah.
dynamic that she has for her acting career. Like I want to be involved in things I believe in. If I don't believe it, I don't want to be a part of it. Um,
Yeah.
and I respect her for that. I'm not trying to say that Katie is necessarily like, oh, you're selling out, blah blah blah. Katie just likes having cool products. Katie
Yeah.
likes like having cool stuff to be involved in. Like, oh, it's cool.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like very excitable. Erica is very like, I
And
don't know, mate.
and 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 also as well for Katie's thing as well. Katie's character is very different
Yeah.
as well from this one. So it's like with like and putting this in terms of why Katie's reaction is different from and Katie's reaction is perfectly fine as well. She's fine to be, I'm not saying
Katie's
there's
very
nothing wrong
excited for
with
cool
like
products, and I respect her for
yeah,
that, you know?
because for example, that fits in tone with her character because her
Yeah,
character can bleed in and out of universes.
sure.
This one is more difficult because Alex is a concentrated story. And
Yes.
Alex is a concentrated story because, like, Erika Mori is a book reader. So she'll tell you that she knows narrative discipline and also how stories are written. And she also does Broadway. So she's done productions where she knows where her character is playing a more predominant role. And then otherwise it's like a background character or it's, a different role. Alex Chen's a very different one because you can't put her with tons of people and then kind of like diminish her role. She has to kind of be a center stage character, so she has to kind of be there predominantly. I know she does it in the comics where she kind of comes and goes as well, like, with the free comic book day incentive and stuff that they've done and like other things as well. But it's like she's a very concentrated character. You have to put in the main focus point. And for Erika Mori as well, she has to understand that as well, because it's like,
Yeah.
well, she has to she wants a full appreciation of her character because she does have an onus over that character. I would disagree, because I think she is Alex Chen. Like, it's very difficult for them to make anything without her now, because that is a very strongly associated character
Yeah,
with her.
but
She owns the product of that.
she also understands the nature of the entertainment industry, that like,
Yeah,
hey,
of course.
you might say that you own it, but like let's talk reality here. She doesn't. Like, she doesn't
Yeah.
own the character. And it sucks to say that, but that's the nature of the entertainment industry. In the same way that when I spoke to Cliff about composers, right? The original
Mm.
composer for Gears of War, Kevin, it's another Kevin, but I actually respect this Kevin.
Wow.
But
Jesus.
yeah, it's eat it, dude. Like, I know both Kevins that are on our space are on our Patreon, and I love you for that, but I hate you both. But
It's Kevin Riepel.
Kevin
Riepel.
Reipel. Kevin Reipel.
Oh, we did Alien Colonial Marines.
Yeah, no,
Oh dear.
very talented composer. But look up the composer for Gears of War 2 and 3, and it is, look at his dynamic. He's done shoot.
On Gears 2, it
Gears 2.
was Steve.
Yes,
Oh god, my
Jablonski.
fingers being sick.
Jablonski?
Yes,
Yeah,
Jablonski.
yeah, Steven Jablonski. Look at his IMDb, and it's just flooded, dude. Because they wanted
Yeah.
Gears of War 2 to be much more bigger and blockbuster. So Kevin, once again, got the wrong. Him being, his name's Kevin, he got the wrong end of the stick. First of all, being named Kevin, you're already at the wrong end of the stick right there, and just going to this planet Earth with a name Kevin. And then number two is that, like, you don't own that, like, oh, I did one of the most iconic soundtracks. You don't
Yeah.
own that. And they can just like replace you right away,
Yeah.
because you don't own it. So like, I think
Yeah.
Erika knows that, and it
Yeah.
sucks that, but she owns it,
Yeah. I would say that I think actors are too humble about it, because I think it's very difficult to replace them, because like they could have done it with Hannah Telle, for example, where they could have replaced her because
Yeah.
she had to audition for her role, but also as well at the same time the actor kind of has the last laugh, because even if someone else plays the character, it's like the expectations are at an all-time high, and it's like they might not deliver and they might struggle to kind of like live up to their high expectations. I also think as well, like Alex Chen is part of her as well, because like she's carved an identity into the character because she's done the performance, and like she's so layered for it as well. Like she's got all those influences from Erika Mori from her now. Like she's on paper a character and a name and brand, but it's like she has got the actor's like entire lived experiences built into her. So it's like it's kind of a fine line. But yeah, I kind of get what she's saying though, Erika, when
Yeah.
she was like pointing that out in the actual on the panel as well. Because I think like that second point she made was very like also pretty much apt as well, which I'll pull up here on the screen for people if you missed it. Let me just quickly move myself onto the other panel for people. So as you can see there as well, she put bring a heavier crossover. I think that would be cool if it was done well. It would get really interesting and complex when you could think about the different powers that people have and who would suss out who, and that's where the dynamic kind of becomes a bit like murky, because then all the characters have different powers, who takes center stage, who comes in and out of the screen, who takes more of the the attention from people. Like you're going to kind of like start alienating certain characters unless you do it a lost dynamic where you can kind of really tell big concentrated stories about characters and not like leave some character out to pasture. um yeah, it's interesting to hear her say that as well, but I do think she is very much on point, at least as well, with like the way it's kind of seen that, because I don't think it's just you sign up to the story and then follow it because you've seen what happened with Double Exposure, and like that story was something. But yeah, but John Stour was at home licking his lips, seeing this. He's like, I, I told you guys, I told you the Avengers and X-Men idea, told you it's going to work. And Erika Mori's like, no, like, it's like, no, I'd have to read the script, and like, when she reads
Yeah.
that script, and the bin it goes. No, I'm just joking.
Not-
But yeah, I think it's an interesting one. I think it's a very interesting thing, because I don't think it's necessarily like the two actors are actors, but the characters are so different. Those two characters are so different because that character lends itself to that. being in that kind of story of the, and I mean
Yeah.
Katie as well, if you're listening as well. Like Katie's character lends herself to be in other games, but this one is just a very difficult one to kind of like appear in. This is Alex. Obviously Han Solo, like I think, yeah, the verdict's a bit out on that. We're gonna have to, you know, see that happen. Maybe that sets up for the next game after Life is Strange Avengers. If it finishes with Gabe Chen will return, and it's just a
Yes.
bowler coming off a cliff somewhere. It's like that's his story.
Yeah.
That, yeah,
You ever
interesting
see
nonetheless.
Cape Dead? Like Han Solo's like, I still have a job, mate. I still have a job. You don't see me dead. I'm gonna come back like a Michael Myers, dude.
For
I'm
sure.
still getting a job.
And also as well, it doesn't matter which character you want to bring it back. Forget about Erika Mori, forget about Katy Bentz, forget about Alex Chen, forget about Steph Gingrich. Bring back the GOAT. I want Alyssa Anderson to take the stage. She's going to be telling everyone what the fortunes are of those games. That's what's going to happen.
Yes.
And maybe that's a good segue as well, because I've kind of intentionally set that up here. So, Adam, let's move into our next one as well, because obviously this is in the aftermath of the PAX West panel as well. And I'll bring it up here on the old Twitters. As you can see here, actually, hang on a minute. I'm going to quickly move myself into the bigger screen. Yeah, let's use the big one, actually. As you can see there, Dayeanne Hutton as well was at the PAX panel. As you can see, pull up a picture here. There she is. There's Erika Mori. There's Katy Bentz. Oh, sorry, Emily Mori. That's there. There's also
Emily,
Katy
yes.
Bentz and Han Solo, and obviously the Life is Strange people that turned up for the panel that were there for it, which is very exciting. And then Day put a message here saying, thank you so much. Day's obviously Life is Strange 1 actor, played Kate, played Alyssa, the GOAT, played Juliet. As you can see here, thank you, Daypot as well on Instagram. Thank you so much to Official PAX for having the Life is Strange crew out this weekend. And thank you to every single one of you who came out and support us. It's Katy Bentz and I have, Katie and I have you all asking for years for a Life is Strange presence at cons, so we decided to take it into our own hands and start submitting ourselves, and you all showed up. The love we felt was immense, and the love we have for you is equally as immense. These games have changed our lives as much as they have yours, and we will never stop trying to give back and connect with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. LA Comic Con is up next, and we can't wait to see you there, which is quite cool. And then obviously Katie as well has put here as well. There's a message on Instagram as well. Some LIS and PAX West love. I'm going to zoom in on this as well because it's quite close. I just zoom back out there. I want to take a moment to express what this past weekend at PAX West meant for me regarding the Life is Strange panel and signing. Myself and Day see how much this fandom has for the franchise. Love this fandom has for the franchise. And I personally saw the demand for Life is Strange events at cons when I was at ECC back in 2022. We really wanted to bring Life is Strange love to more cons for you all. PAX West was the first con to accept our panel and then set up with a signing. The amount of people that showed up for both events quite literally blew my mind. We had no idea what to expect and how many Life is Strange fans would be attending PAX West. Your energy during the panel and your patience and excitement during the signing personally warmed my heart. Video games are important, story driven. Your choose your own adventure games like Life is Strange change lives, and see it in person is surreal even after 8 years of being in the franchise. I will always show up for this franchise and the fans, and I would not be where I am in my career or life if it wasn't for Life is Strange. Forever grateful, and we hope we can continue to bring Life is Strange to future cons. We'll definitely be at LA Comic Con, and we'll be adding some new faces to the panel. Thanks for helping us. Thanks for helping us to celebrate a decade of Life is Strange, which is very, very exciting there. Very, very touching messages. When is Life is Strange Comic Con? That's interesting, actually. And I wonder who's getting added on there as well. It's in LA. I do wonder who's that.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Why would I type in Life is Strange? She
Life
said
is
in the message there as well, there's going to be more people appearing at the panel. So it's not just the
I
same
mean,
people.
LA Comic Con is massive, right? So I'm gonna imagine a lot. I'm gonna say Hannah Telle might be there.
She's in New York, though, isn't she?
Yeah, but like planes exist, so you know.
That is true. I did not know that.
Yeah, you didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know England is really behind on the news right now, but you know, planes do exist.
Hey, Kristen Ritter's there. That's quite crazy.
Oh, nice. Good. I'm glad that Life is Strange is still getting love, and I'm glad that Dayeanne Hutton especially is getting more love. Yeah, like absolutely. Dayeanne is definitely underutilized in a lot of different ways as an actress, and I'm glad that she's still getting love and she's still getting into Twitch streams. I'm happy for Day and I'm happy for Katy. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that I'm glad that even though that Square Enix is just dragging this franchise through the mud, I'm still glad that the fans are like, nah, mate. We're still loving this. We're still gonna show up, or we're still gonna show up for the actors and actresses that were involved in the series. I'm glad they're all still getting love, regardless of Square Enix doing what they do best, and screwing up everything that's making them a profit. You know, Square is basically the Japanese version of Xbox. You know, just dragging their franchises through the mud, regardless of whether or not the fans want it or not. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is nice as well. Like, you know, they do great stuff with that, and it's very exciting to see who else will be on the panel and what they talk about as well. Speaking of which, we continue the conversation on it. It'll continue with Katy Bentz and just also Erika Mori and other people, because obviously it is a milestone moment in the Life is Strange for one of the games. So as you can see here, I'm going to pull up on screen. Jack and I posted that saying 4 years ago, Life is Strange True Colors was released. What do you think, Alex and the rest of the Haven Springs? Rest of the Haven Springs. Oh, and the rest of Haven Springs
are up to now. We're still podcasting. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I thought I was going to say Haven Springs crew. I was like, I'm going a little bit crazy recording the second part of this. So yeah, Deck 9 celebrated that, and also as well, Life is Strange as well tweeted here saying Life is Strange True Colors turns 4 today. When her brother dies in a so-called accident, Alex must embrace her volatile power to find the truth and uncover the dark secrets buried in a small town. What is your favorite memory of the game? So yes, Life is Strange True Colors. Adam,
that's what my favorite memory of this game, getting trapped in this contract of a podcast, and I can never leave, and I'm just harassed by Kevins all day long.
That's true. Yes, I think you sealed your fate to that as well. You're forever tormented by the Kevins. That would be a WrestleMania pay-per-view event in a 2-on-1 handicap match.
Adam versus all the Kevins, even though the best man in my wedding was named Kevin.
I think that's where it stems from. Freud has always said that childhood experiences impact your like experiences now. I feel like your experience with said. Are you still speaking to said Kevin?
On and off, yeah. Me and Kevin still speak.
I'm connecting dots here. I'm like Freud. Like, you know, here comes the psychiatry
My father's
moment.
name was Kevin.
Well, there we go. There's the big red flag. It's like poo poo.
No,
poo,
my
poo.
dad's name was Steven. So no Kevin.
Do we have any Stevens that we don't like? There's no characters of Stevens Life is Strange universe, so it kind of says a lot.
Yeah, most of the Stevens are. I don't know any bad Stevens besides my dad.
Yeah,
because we think about Steve Jobs and like, sure, he created a monstrosity of Apple, but you know, it's like I don't know any bad Steves. I don't know.
No, Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin is a great guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Legend.
Yeah, drinks all the beers so that the kids can't get any beer. So he's doing his part to save the kids from alcohol.
Exactly.
So doing his part.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. So 4 years since True Colors and since we started this podcast, I still remember, dude, that you contacted me. I was in a restaurant in North Dakota, or no. I was in Lancaster, right? I was still in Lancaster, about to move to North Dakota, and I was in that restaurant, and you texted me. And actually, funny story. You messaged me when I was there with my wife and Kevin, my best man in my wedding. So we were there eating right before I was moving away. And I was like telling him, like, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do this show, dude. I'm moving to North Dakota. And then I got trapped. Kevin tried to warn me, and then all the Kevins came after me.
You did get trapped. I think. Do you know what as well? I think we never really mentioned this. The podcast went on hiatus that year as well because we almost stopped doing it as well. We only did a couple of episodes and then we stopped because we were like, I kind of like signed off from the channel for like a couple of months. I think people started commenting saying, "Where have you gone?" Because you're doing the interviews and stuff. So I had an interview that I did for ages. I think I like left it and then eventually came back and said, "Let's start the podcast back up." Because I think this was the first podcast we did with the review when we got back, kind of doing it. It was. I think the podcast almost fell into the Spotify podcast like trap where it was like after a couple of episodes we basically cancelled it and we were done there. And it was like, and it was like then we kind of came back to it. And yes, 4 years of hell for you with the Kevins and then also getting up for it. But no, it was a really crazy game this as well. Like both like I get why people
Go
Go
for it.
on. No, I get why people don't like it as well.
Mhm.
I in hindsight, it's incredible, like, compared to what we're dealing with now. I think it's a good game. I never really hated it. I felt it played too safe, though. It was playing too safe for Life is Strange 1. It was going too many on the same beats with it. And ultimately, the game kind of ends with not really achieving a huge amount. But I think that's also down to Square's marketing because they shouldn't reveal that Gabe dies because I don't know why they keep revealing the murder mystery element of it. Like, especially after with Double Exposure, and then when back he was talking about the setup for
Yeah.
like Safi's death and stuff, and then they explain it in the market. I'm like, why? That was actually more impactful a little bit. You kind of eliminated the process, but as you will. No, I enjoyed it because I think the story moments were great. The performance direction was outstanding. Webb really knocked out of the ballpark. Han Soto and also Erika Mori were both nominated for BAFTAs and also for the game.
Yeah.
And Erika Mori was nominated for the Game Awards. I think she should have won, but it was very much a Maggie. Oh, what's her name now? It was Lady Dimitrescu's actor, Maggie Robertson. Maggie Robertson's
Yeah.
year where she was really doing well. I don't think she won the BAFTA that year for that. I might be confused
I
about
think
it. I
she
think she won the Game Award.
did. I think she did win the BAFTA
Did
for
she? Or
acting
is
that
it?
year.
Why is like Melina Jurgens like flashing before my eyes for some reason? It
Oh,
wasn't
maybe
even
it
coming out that
was.
line.
I think it was Melina actually that won the
But I
BAFTA.
can't remember what year was it. It was 2022 BAFTA Game Awards. I'm gonna quickly just double check. I can't remember who was. Was it Maggie
Hmm.
Robertson that won it? Something tells me that someone else won it that year. Um, Erika Mori. It was Jane Perry for Returnal,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
But
then
no, I will say
sorry,
this, man. Oh, go for it.
Han Soto lost to Kimberly Brooks for Psychonauts
Mm,
2.
dang. No, I'm gonna say this, man. This game was really fun to report on back in the day.
Yeah,
Back in 4 years ago. I remember like every news report about like like a new thing about this game and where the
yeah,
setting is and new images about it. And the fact they put Alex Chen in like a shadow, like guess that Pokemon kind of
yeah,
thing. It was fun. It was fun to
yeah,
report on the game. Double Exposure, when we reported on that, we're like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be a disaster. This is gonna be a disaster." But every time we talked about True Colors, I'm like, "Oh, this sounds really cool. I'm really
yeah,
hopeful about this." And I still stand on it. It was one of my favorite Life is Strange games. It was really good.
yeah.
But like, yeah, like reporting on this game, awesome. It was awesome reporting on this game.
Yeah, the marking was a lot more cleaner. It was a lot more
Yeah,
efficient. It ran like a steamroller, and they kind of really. I remember the Maya MXX, like they were really pushing her to kind of like with the Alex Chen singing voice. I don't really know how much that really paid off in the long term in terms of the benefits that came from it. But like Erika Mori was a lot more front and center for this. Katie also was quite front and center for the media and the interviews and stuff. And like generally learning about the game was interesting because it was new, wasn't it? That's the thing with it. It was Deck Nine's first forte in Life is Strange as a full blown game with original characters and IP, essentially the IP. And it was interesting. Like Michelle has talked about this on Twitter as well, where he said that he really liked Riley's character. It has some really good moments. I think the characters, for example, in this, the supporting characters, are so much more better than Double Exposures. Like, even Jettison is great. I still think he's a good character. I think Ryan's a good character. Katie, Steph's a good character. Riley's a good character. Obviously, Ducky's a great character. I think there's a lot of great characters, and Alex fits really well with them. I think she's a really good character to bounce off them. I think Alex Chen's a great protagonist. I do think that I've always said this. I've always held this one belief. I do think Erika Mori is one of the most talented actors that's ever been in the series. I think if you watch her theatre stuff and then see what kind of actor she is, she's just very talented. Um, but generally speaking, I agree with you as well. I think it was really good. I think the marketing was clean. It was just easier. I think the only thing that was kind of like a little bit was the kind of like the remaster collections that they announced at the same time, and they bundled it into the
yeah,
Ultimate Edition, and they charged
yeah,
the price for it, which was a little bit all over the place. I think Wavelengths was interesting. Then they announced a lot of things. There were a lot of goodies at the same time. Um, it was a good game. It was just that it borrowed too much from Life is Strange One, and I think this kind of like in hindsight is a piece of where Square Enix is trapped in the ecosystem of Life is Strange, where it can't get away from that first game. It
yeah,
keeps replicating too many things. They should have looked at this game and learned from the mistakes, i.e., for example, revealing the death too early because they revealed Safi's death too early. And it's like, what's the point in that? Like, keep it a mystery. Gabe's death would have been more impactful in this game had you not known about it. The minute he gets hit by the boulder, because, and I say that because I had a friend who played it, Dan played it, and he told me about it. He's like, what? He's like, Gabe dies. And I was like, oh, I was like, you didn't see the marketing, did you? I was like, you only played it
yeah.
last year. And his
Jealous.
reaction
I'm
was
so
quite,
jealous of that person, man. Oh,
yeah,
love
yeah,
to.
his
I would
reaction was
love
very
to play this
telling.
knowing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's one of those games you really need to go in blindfolded and not know anything about it. It does have its moments. I think again, I think it just falls off near the end, and like a lot of things just don't map out the way that they should. But generally speaking, very solid. The performances are great as well. Great performances from it. Soundtrack was very. Soundtrack is a very interesting. How do you feel about the soundtrack before we move on with this? Angus and Julia Stones.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't think it stood out as much as like other Life is Strange games. I think it
Yeah.
was. I don't think it was the worst. That's not the way to put it. I think it's most underutilized. I think it was definitely
Yes.
not as music forward as it should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is
I
very strange because it's Angus and Julia Stones. Obviously, their music was in the first game, but I think you've literally hit my nail on the head because obviously the True Colors vinyl is very much sought after by people as well. But the music is not bad in this game. I'm not trying to say that because
not
even
bad.
Nova and Moore's song is God. It's kind of forgettable a little bit because of what's going
Yeah.
on. Like it's not, as you said, underutilized, and they're not kind of like driving the
Forward
game
pushing.
forward.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause Before the Storms, music was very, very
yeah,
like part of the story.
yeah.
It very much was utilized. Whereas Angus and Stones, I don't know. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of like it was there. It was
It's just
present. It was
there. It's just
yeah.
yeah, it's just there. It's like, for example, it's like do you know like Lost Records? Well, you can't take that music away from it. Like that music is driving the game forward. It's like it has to be part of it. But like this music, and again, it's not that it's bad because I really do enjoy some of the music that's in there. But it's just it doesn't like really beat. It's not. I don't know. It just feels a little bit like it's just
Because think about
underutilized.
I'm thinking about like any track and all I can think of is shoot, the title track, but that wasn't even by
The
uh
Nova More one, Haven.
yes, Novo
Yeah,
More. Like there was that. There was Creep that was sung by oh, who was the
Maya.
singer's name? Yeah. Yeah. I
And
don't
then
really
in the game as well, obviously Kings of Leon's in there,
Leon.
Dido's in there, but it's like the music isn't. It's one of those things I was recently thinking about because it's
Yeah.
just such a weird anomaly within the series, and I was kind of a bit like maybe they just didn't really tap into the music a lot more than it should have done. Like at least the Angus and Julia Stones composed one, because even Life is Strange 2's music, that's score driven. That's not like licensed track driven. Like there's obviously licensed tracks, i.e., Natalie with like Milk and Bone and stuff, but the score drives Life is Strange 2 forward as like as a big like big drama episodic adventure kind of story as it is. But
I was just looking up to see if Angus and Julia Stone put the soundtrack on Bandcamp, but it's just one from them on Bandcamp.
yeah,
Unfortunately. But yeah, because I was just about to say I don't remember really any tracks. Now that I think about it.
no.
Maybe I need to play it more and get it in my head, but
I just don't think it has the same resonance as the other games. I think it lacks it for that reason. For some reason, it just doesn't seem to like drive things
yeah.
forward, which is a bit strange one. But as you will,
Yeah.
Adam, should we go into our next piece of news?
Yeah, let's do that. That was a bummer for me. Thinking about
Just
that.
like, of course, bring this home down. We always do that. So I'm gonna pull it up here, Adam. As you can see here, don't nod. Put a tweet out as well. It said, like all astronauts, Ariane
Yeah.
sharpened her mind and body at the training centers of ESA. She now has to face dangers of an uncharted planet. Aphelion is coming in 2026 on Xbox Series X in Games Pass, PC, and PS5. And as you can see, there it is early gameplay footage we're seeing. So it's a new little tease from Don't Nod for the next game that's coming out from the company in 2026, published from internally as well, I should add, because the Lonesome Guild is coming. But
More.
it does look pretty
Lot more.
cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
It looks
Yes.
pretty crazy for a Don't Nod game. It's crack addict Adam gonna come out now.
Yes. I mean, like here's the thing. I'm getting this. I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm just telling you right now that don't nod. My birthday, January 6th, 2026. I'm turning 35. That's a big year for me. It's in between 30 and 40. I'm almost in the grave at this point. Can you at least give me this on my birthday, January 6th? Or, and I know you might be saying, like, oh, your birthday's January 6th? Yeah, I turned 30 that day. Didn't know what was happening. Wasn't paying attention because it was my 30th birthday. So I didn't know the news. Anyways, yeah, my birthday, January 6th. I don't know. Send me something, anything. Like send me a demo at least. I don't know, a little piece of the puzzle here. Just I'm really excited for Aphelion. Like I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be my type of game. because it's going to be it's so spooky looking. It's so spooky looking. It's
Yeah.
Don't Not. It's made in production with actual astronauts. It's stealth. It's all this climbing. I like Jusant for that. So
Mm.
I don't know, man. And I have a strong feeling. I don't know. I think it might be
You
from the
know,
same composer as
you know,
Jusant.
you know what? You can see some from the climbing mechanics, the Jusant influences there, because obviously the
Yeah.
development team has been absorbed in there. It's quite interesting because this is the kind of like the joint production between Jusant's development team and the Tell Me
Yeah.
Why development team, and it
That's
does look
why
really interesting.
I think that the composer behind Jusant, I think he might be composing this. I think so.
Mm,
Which would be really stupid cool, dude. Oh my god.
yeah.
I'm super excited. I'm super excited for this, man. And I'm saying, Don't Not. Hey, send your boy a little demo here because my birthday coming up. Come on, man. You know you want to. You love me. You love this little face. Send me a little birthday gift.
I'm very excited, and I think I'm gonna move on because I think like Crack Addict Adam's gonna come back out, and I think it's just probably better we move
Aphelion.
on from it. But it
Yeah.
does look very cool though, so I'm gonna move it on.
The only
Adam,
other crack tag you're gonna see is when Elder Scrolls 6 finally gets a release date.
that is true actually, and Half-Life 3 as well, if it ever
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dang. I
but
thought it was gonna
Adam,
be yeah.
anyway, we'll move on to a very positive note because this is a very big topic as well, which we had to kind of take out from podcasts and stuff. But it is here because, funnily enough, we were doing the last podcast when this happened, or the one
Yay.
before that, and we didn't realize it happening. But as you can see here, I'm going to put it on a big screen for everyone. The lovely Hannah Telle,
Yay.
obviously, on the 23rd of August, confirmed that she is now engaged. So she put here, I
Yay.
said, we, to, Amber got her fiance's name here as well. It is Aaron. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this. I'm so sorry. Meadows. Oh no, the O. Why is the O is making this really even more thingy?
Yeah.
Aaron. We call him Aaron.
Aaron.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
mess up
we
your
call
second name because this is your special moment on StrangeCast with
Yeah.
Hannah Telle here. But as you can see here, very very exciting. Hannah has confirmed her engagement. But I said we to Adam under a red currant or tree in Monet's garden. Thrilled to spend my life with you, Aaron. I feel so blessed to be chosen by you. Thank you for being my sacred sanctuary, which is very cool.
Yay.
So yeah, very, very excited. Obviously, a lot of Life is Strange actors, even Deck Nine as well. A lot of people celebrating the
Yay.
thing as well. And you can see the photos as well if you're on the video version. Hannah Telle in France with her now fiance, spending
Yay.
a great time there as well. Look at that. That is iconic. Hang that in the Louvre. Hang that in the
Yes.
Louvre. Max Caulfield in Paris with the Eiffel Tower. Like, wow. We cannot, this is amazing. So very excited for her. Congratulations to her and her fiance as well. Very cool to see. And
Good
also
for
as
her.
well, because we kind of showed it on there as well. We'll pull it up here for the people. Um, there we are. So as you can see there, actors did react to it, and we made a nice little graphic. So you can see Blue Allen's there, Haley Hayes, Ashton Hydeman, Eliza Gray, Nick Schreiner, Rihanna DeVries, Sam, Katy Bentz, Dayeanne Hutton, Alyssa the Goat. So you can see that tons of little responses celebrating Hannah's anniversary, Hannah's fiance, Hannah's engagement. I'm going crazy here a lot of it. Doing the back-to-back podcasts is going crazy, but yeah. Very exciting. Hannah Telle is engaged.
Good.
Big congratulations from StrangeCast.
It's a very good time to be like engaged. Like the first engagement is great. Planning the wedding, not an amazing time, but getting an engagement, it's a very special moment, especially to do it in Paris. Like it's a very nice time, man. Like it doesn't matter. Being engaged, it's a good feeling. I got engaged at a hockey game.
Yeah.
So I knew the owners of the building, so I made it really special. The mascot brought me the ring. You know, it was a really special time. Everybody cheered in the whole hockey stadium. So no, it's a nice time. I being engaged, it's super cool. So I'm glad she got that moment in Paris. You know, it's nice.
And also the starting point of the Kevin hatred, because that's when Kevin becomes the
Yes,
best
Kevin was
man,
there.
and he's doing that.
Yeah, Kevin was there taking the video of it. So yeah, he was there.
I told you. I bet you when we go back and watch that video, he's got his thumb over the recording, and then that's what's going to explain the origin story of the Kevin hatred. Because like,
I
yeah,
wish I could show you the video. There's actually a guy we blocked from the stadium. He was coming down. he was going to the concessions and he got French fries. And in the video, the guy's just standing there like eating French fries and like cheering us on, like, whoa, and just eating fries the entire time because he's trying to get to his seat, but he got
That's so
blocked by
funny.
us getting engaged.
Do you know what though? At least he was respectful to stand there and wait whilst you did it as well. Because like he
Oh,
could have
he
been a
was super
douche and
cool
just walked
about it.
past it. Yeah,
Like he was having a good time just standing in the back eating French fries. It was awesome, dude. It was a good moment.
that's amazing. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with this because if you ever wonder as well, when we did the Game Awards coverage, Aaron was next to Hannah. He's been there for like a long time. It's amazing to see them really happy and engagement as well, and very cool for her to share that as well. And we look forward to seeing the wedding as well. I'm looking forward to seeing the cats in their suits. I want Mito Tell in a lovely black dapper suit, and I hope these cats make an appearance in some way, shape, or form. It has to happen.
Yes.
Red
Have
tie,
to.
proper suited up. He is the Life is Strange double exposure star of that game. Forget about Hannah Telle. That's where the goat started. But no, very very happy for them, which is amazing. So we thought we'd share that news on the podcast because
Oh,
it's about Hannah Telle.
I'm gonna share if anybody's like really curious about it.
Mm,
Ready? This gentleman right here.
wow.
And this right here with the flannel, that's Kevin. But yeah,
Do
this
we kind
guy
of see
right
his
here,
face? That is KJL or Kevin Kestis.
that's
Why is his face
KJL.
separated? That's weird.
No,
Yeah,
but
that
that's
is
French
that is.
guy. He
Can
was
you
just
zoom
standing
in?
in. What's that? Yeah,
Can you
yeah,
zoom
yeah.
in?
Can I? There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So like this gentleman right here was going into the concessions. He's just like, by the way, I've lost a lot of weight since then. But yeah, that guy was just eating French fries the entire time. And he's like, yeah, what's up?
I
No, it was a good day.
I don't know who makes that photo better, either the French fry guy or the mascot. It kind of feels all
The
quite.
mascot brought me the ring.
Okay.
Yeah, he got the ring. So he came down from the from the stands and he's like, "Hey, take this, buddy." And then I proposed to her after that. That's actually
Aw.
her great grandmother's antique wedding or her engagement ring, and I gave it to a stuffed lion. I got in
Do you know what
trouble for that.
though? I'm gonna say as well. I think the French guys had a best day there of
He
everyone.
did.
Uh,
No, he made that day so much more better, like French fry guy.
so good. That's
Yeah,
so funny. Oh god, that's so cute though. Bless you
yeah.
and enjoy your life whilst I sit here miserably and hate life. Anyway, should we wrap up as well? Because we can go for our miscellaneous. Then we've got comment the podcast, spread the arts, and we're done then.
Yeah,
So
let's do it.
Adam, let's fire through these. Here we go. I'm going to try and do this in order because I keep forgetting what the order is. Yeah, I was looking at the order because it's not all in tweets. But as you can see here on the screen for people as well, we'll put something on the side so you can see us. There you go. Tessa Rose Jackson was her birthday on the 22nd of August. Woo! We love Tessa Rose
Yay.
Jackson. She's amazing. Yeah, it was her birthday. She was a score composer and also the songwriter on Life is Strange Double Exposure. Very, very talented. Did great work. And we love Tessa Rose Jackson, so we wanted to share that. Adam, another big guest as well. Woo! Strange Cast Pass as well, as you
Yay.
can see there. Alejandro Arque celebrated his birthday, formerly of Square Enix. Worked on every entry prior to Double Exposure, was in the credits of all of them. Was a Strange Cast guest at one point. We interviewed him. Great guy. Celebrated his birthday as well on the 2nd of September. As you can see, he's posted that. I think it was on the 2nd of September specifically. Very sad moment when Double Exposure came out and he wasn't in the credits. I even looked for it. I was like, "Where's Alejandro in the credits?" I was like, "He's not there." And what a shame.
Shame.
But yeah, very, very excited to share Alejandro's birthday as well. And quickly, I'm going to move off the screen share because this was the other piece I was kind of scrambling around for. Where am I? There we go. So as you can see,
Yeah.
Adam, the Lonesome Guild has an official release date. We've missed this news out because of other things. It's come out on October 23rd. Yippee, we're so excited to announce the release date of the Lonesome Guild is October 23rd, 2025 on PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5. You finally get to meet our ragtag bunch of adventurers and explore the rich lands of Eteri.
A Terry, yeah.
Eteri. I need to start doing the
Or a
pronunciation
tear
things on
or
this.
something, yeah.
Learn a bit more about what you can expect from the Lonesome Guild, from the plot, the lore, and the emotional stakes. There's a story trailer there now as well. The Lonesome Guild follows an unlikely group of allies, and as they get to know one another and find connection in a world threatened by loneliness. As a creeping spreads, corrupting all in its path. You must gather a ragtag party of 6 misfits, each with unique abilities, stories, and struggles, seamlessly switching between them in battle and exploration, forging bonds and that unlock powers and combos, and heartfelt moments by the campfire. Players will enjoy dynamic combat, puzzle solving, and a world brimming with secrets. Dun, dun, dun. Very excited for that. Looks very cool. I hope they port it to Switch later in the future because this game is built for Switch. It looks completely built for that. So very, very exciting for them nonetheless. So that is our other miscellaneous piece of news. And the final one, Adam. Yes, I want to play as Mr. Fox. There he is. Look at him. Gentleman. Gentleman and a scholar. When he has his hands in his pockets, absolute gentleman. No, it's very cute though. Very, very cool from them for the team to do that as well. It's not Tiny Bull. Tiny Bull. I always forget. I always mix them up and Studio Team. For some reason, it's ingrained in my head to mix them. Yeah, very cool for Tiny Bull. So excited to see that. And Adam, last one as well. I'm going to try and pull this back on screen share. If we've got it. Yeah, perfect. And last piece as well, which is the unfortunate part. Aria Vermiglio has confirmed that she has left her role at Deck 9. She was a programmer there. She put a LinkedIn post out. She said she officially confirmed her departure in August. As you said, today's my last day at Deck 9. And honestly, it feels surreal typing this out. This was very much this was my very first job out of college, and I'll always be grateful to Todd Bollinger, Mark Leons, and Christina Fisher for taking a chance on me. I couldn't have asked for a better place to start my career. These past 2 years, I've been lucky enough to work with some of the most brilliant, passionate, kind people I've ever met, the kind of people who remind me why my industry is worth fighting for. Damien Kay has been the best mentor anyone could hope for. Mark Drost used to particularly glow like a saint in my eyes every time he talked about the story. Tommy Spampinatito? How am I doing that, Adam?
Spampinato.
Spampinato, that's the one. Perfect. Thank you very much. It's basically my adoptive brother and the reason I can drive I can drive at all. And yes, he is the coolest dude on the stage with his drums. Bethany Dutcher has been there to save me when I was lost in UI chaos. Andre Ortiz Suarez was the very first person I met here, and his passion and vast knowledge all aspects of game development continue to inspire me. Mark and Lucy Leons once stuffed my bike into the car after a get-together so I wouldn't have to ride home in the freezing cold. Katie Cottrell took me to a reptile exhibition and blew my mind with her lizard knowledge. Corwin Canton. What's that?
Lizard. Press the button.
Lizard. I tried to intentionally dodge that, but anyway. Corwin Canton pulled me out of my introvert bubble and introduced me to the amazing mocap and animations team. And then I think there's a second part here as well. What are we looking at? Yes, I'm trying to catch up with this. Yep. Dave Blanchett, apart from a brilliant artist, has rescued me so many times by rebooting my machine. I've lost count. Savannah Krause, Savannah Krause's love of environment and storytelling is just plain and beautiful, and that's not even close enough. You have Martha Murray, Selena Dufala, Josh Ra, Aisha Farah, Felice Kwan, Justin Mayo, Marcel, Scott Ewing, Thomas Marnell, Thomas Bingy. Honestly, every person I've met here has been fabulous, and I know we'll cross paths again. I'm going to continue, but we're going to keep going on because there's quite a lot there. So we'll just wrap up there. But you can see on the screen, she'll obviously put a massive tribute out to a lot of people, and obviously finish as well saying, "I wish nothing but the best for Deck 9 and all those amazing people. Thank you all. Truly, you made my past 2 years unforgettable." Side note: I've been working on a side little indie project and should be out on Steam by June 2026. So keep an eye out. So there you go. You can support her via Steam, which is always important for us to share as well. So we'll keep an eye out for that project. If she does see this in some way, shape, or form, please let us know because we'll plug it on the podcast for you as well.
Yes.
So that's that. Adam, we're done here. Should we go into comment of the podcast?
Yeah, let's do it.
Comment of the podcast. It's all coming from side A. Side A. It's coming from one part. It's coming from episode 111. Have I messed this up? 111. We're on 113. Messing this recording up.
Well, I don't know, dude.
I think I might have messed that up actually. Episode 112. Okay. I don't know what I've done here. I don't know if it's 1 or 12 or 13, but anyway, I'm trying to fix that later. Adam, first comment. Let's go with the quick one from this, which is from I picked. Obviously, it's about a TV show, and I've kind of intentionally gone for people we haven't picked before, just kind of add a bit more different flavors as well. It's from I'm Not a Cat from Exclusive, and they put, because of the choices and multiple roads you go, I'm not sure about a series. Currently, Days Gone would be better with plenty of potential for a series. Hopefully, it's good. I'm pretty open, so good luck. Which I think is very accurate for a comment, to be honest. Because Days Gone does scream TV show energy, and it's very obviously it's like Walking Dead esque, but Life is
Yeah.
Strange is there's like I think that's where some of the kind of
I
like
think I
issues
commented back on this saying like just all
this
this. Like, yes,
you did,
dude.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
very good memory that actually, yeah, you did put this on it, which is thingy. So yeah, very good comment. I think I very much agree with that. I think like Days Gone, some games lend themselves easier to adaptations. I think Days Gone is very much like that. I think Life is Strange is a very difficult one. I went for a different one here, which is an interesting one here. So it's from @Brad Burnian, I'm gonna say. And they put, honestly, the negativity all over Twitter has just been exhausting. Yes, the characters will probably make different decisions than I made when playing Max. I can accept that and enjoy this version of the story. If you're going into this ready to hate it, then don't bother, because there's nothing that they can do to win you over, I bet. Which
It's not that I'm trying to be negative or hate it. It's just
no,
more of like, I don't know. I'm so on the fence about it that I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not excited about it, but I'm not like hating it. I think I'm just gonna go into this like with an open mind and just say like, hey, it could go one way or another. I think in my mind, it's like this is either going to save the franchise or if it's going to put the nail. Oh, it's going to put the nail in the coffin for the franchise. That's all
Yeah.
I really think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's like, okay, some people have been more negative on a certain extreme and like things, but I think like it's really hard to kind of finite that like line with like what it is, because one of the discourses I don't like when people like, well, don't watch it. No, that's not an argument. That's like when people are doing with double exposure saying Chloe's not in it, that's the reason you hate it. It's like, no, shut up. It just shows that you can't, it shows that you have about one brain cell and you can't formulate an argument for it. In my personal opinion, not in this comment, I'm just saying that in a general sense here. I think like that's not an argument for it. I think like people have every right to be skeptical, because we are in peak ultimate consumerism era where they will milk everything within an inch of its life. And that's something that I think when you're a peak millennial growing up, or even late Gen Z, you really admire and enjoy the quality of it. We talked about Happy Gilmore sequel. We talked about all these things that are just basically milking nostalgia and kind of ruin the authenticity of a product. Every fandom has this. This is not just Life is Strange that has this. Last of Us has this. Harry Potter has this. Every fandom out there has this kind of conversation, this discourse. Anything that happens is because there's so many other questions. We're in uncharted territory. The original creators are not involved. We have the bare bones details on this. The series is 9 years old. It's a very difficult adaptation to make, because it's very much story driven / player choice driven. So even when you said there, for example, that this Max will make different decisions from your Max, that's also a very difficult argument to make as well, because your Max is you, though. That's the entire point of her. She is very much drawn, written, and portrayed as a character where you have player agency over her. You have to have some influence on her. Could they do it, for example, the end of the TV show where it ends with two different endings and they record both of them? Maybe they answer that big question. They do something like that. Who knows? Maybe that is a kind of like thing that they're planning for. But I think there's a good deal of skepticism to have with this, and I think criticism is a good thing to have as well. We do that on this podcast. I bet you some people come out here and say you're just negative Nancy's all the time. No, we apply discourse, because there's enough channels out there that'll shill their souls out for something like this. I don't care if we ever get an opportunity for this. I'll watch it as a normal person. I'll critique it as a normal person. But it's just more about balancing things, seeing objectively things. I can see why people are excited for it. I can also see why people are going overboard. I've seen it with the Emma Myers hate thing as well. If Emma Myers doesn't get it, so what? We'll get another actor in as well. Maybe we'll get an unknown actor who can build their name off it. There's all kinds of different things there. So I think it's a very fine line with this kind of conversation with TV show. It's going to create the rhetoric it has, and you just have to go and look in certain places. It's not just Twitter. Reddit is like that as well. The Reddit subreddit people are not looking forward to this. On TikTok as well, it's everywhere. It's some people enjoy it, some people won't. It's the same with double exposure. I think it's ultimately choice. So yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll keep following it. I'm on the fence. As I said, my position changes the minute I see what Square's doing on this product. I want to see what they're doing with it. And I saw that with the remaster collection when they put Max crying. I was like, what was the point of that change? You don't have to make it carbon copy, but for me, my biggest concern is they start putting Rachel Amber scenes in there like full blown, and I'm like, oh dear. I'm like, this is not what Rachel Amber's meant to represent. And I'm someone who enjoys Before the Storm. I enjoy it, but I can also separate Before the Storm from the first Life is Strange, because Before the Storm impacts Life is Strange 1's integrity, because Rachel Amber, her role is her role. Like if you spoke to Michelle, I imagine if you sat in a private room with Michelle and asked him about Rachel Amber, he would tell you what Rachel Amber's meant to be. And it's like, and you blur lines with like things. So I think like it's an important kind of distinguishing thing to make. So yeah, very much interesting. Thank you for both the comments. Obviously, we respect both the comments as well. So thank you for sharing your input of them as well. And if you do want to comment on the podcast, please do leave it. We'll pick out the best one, go from there, except for if your name is Kevin, because Kevin's are all banned at the minute. Anyway, Adam, spread the arts. Should we go spread the arts? What are you picking?
Yeah, I actually watched a Netflix comedy special. It's actually pretty genius too. It's Jordan Jensen, I want to say. It's called Take Me With You. And it's brand new. And I think it's like really like a really cool take on what it's like to be in feminine society. And yeah, she even makes a joke where
Right.
oh, of course. She makes a comedy special, and there's a joke. Where she makes this joke saying that, like, oh, I tried to ship my special out to other networks, and they tell her, like, hey, we either need you to be gay or be more feminine. And she's like,
Right.
well, I can't do either one of those. So, and then Netflix probably picked her up. But it's kind of like going into ADHD, OCD, having a
Right.
childhood trauma. It's actually a pretty smart special, but also putting it out in not a smart, overbearing way where it's like, oh, I learned from it. No, she's still traumatized, but she's putting it out in a way where, like, hey, let's have a conversation about this.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it was very funny. I was laughing out so hard. I broke my rib at one point. Um, it's very good. Jordan Jensen, I Take Me With You. Netflix, I highly recommend that one.
No, very cool. Does sound pretty cool, and good for Netflix to do good content. So
Mm.
mine is going to be, because I've been waiting for these for ages to arrive. For Jesus Christ, they
Yeah.
have finally arrived. So I finally got my Telos vinyl, which was Zed's recent album that he did, which was like one of the ones I
Nice.
picked up. This was also to add on to the fact that I was ordering the thing behind it, because this was a more expensive one. This was the 10-year vinyl produced for
Yay.
my favorite album ever, which is Zed's True Colors album. True Colors is, unfortunately, it's spelled with an O, and there's no U in it. Like, it is colors, like True Colors, like the American thing. It's like, yes, is
Yeah.
that. So yes, it's the 10-year vinyl. I haven't actually opened them yet. They just recently arrived. I've just been so busy, but yeah, very cool. Got all the details on it. Very rare. I think it's sold out as well. So I'm so happy that I actually bought these. Um,
Nice.
it did cost a bomb though, because I obviously had my conversation with Ruth Radley when I was speaking to her at the coffee shop, and it's like, I'd love to get your album, because it's like, and she's like, yeah, the expense is so expensive to kind of ship them abroad, and it's like, it is true, because I think these cost £50 to ship, like, together on top of the packaging of it. Very affordable as it was, like, for a vinyl, but like, the extra cost is there. But yeah, very excited to have these. This album's great as well, Adam, as well, for you as well, if you listen to it. Zed's
Oh, I did. No, it was very well produced.
Yeah.
It flowed really well. Of course, it's Zed. So no, I
Yeah.
remember listening to that album, and it was just like, again, Zed just comes out of the dark, and he's like, "Oh, you think I can't do music anymore? You think so?" And just like blasts us, like, "Yeah, fuck up, buddy. I got you."
He, he's got some like because on here as well, like for example, he has Bia Miller on here, and then obviously Remy Wolf is on here. The Olam Barva is on here, Dora Jar, and then the big one for me as well, Muse is on here, which is always interesting. I think people kind of
Yes.
sleep on that. It's on a track called 1685, and the big one for me is really interesting on this track is John Mayer is on here for Automatic,
Yeah.
yes, and that's a really interesting crossover. And then one of the ones I remember here, and I completely forgot about it as well until it recently clicked onto me. So with this one, True Colors, like he's done collaborations with Selena Gomez, John Bellion, Bahari, Logic, and ex Ambassadors. But then the
Wait, which
big one
one
for
did
me,
Logic do? Which song?
Transmission. So it's
Oh
with
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ambassadors. So he did
Yes.
collaborate with them. And then the big one for me, I also did Troy Sivan, which is my favorite track that I would pay for. The big one for me as well is Illusion, and his Echo Smith on
Yes.
it. And I completely forgot. Like
Yes.
I did not clock on like for many years until like I looked at it. I was like, oh shit, that's Echo Smith. I was like, crazy. Um, so yes, that's very exciting. I will be listening to those when I get the chance. Obviously, I will put them next to my Ruth Radley signed Lost Records thing. Yes, Jean-Luc, you can sign yours, and Kathy B can like destroy the foot of it with like her signature. We'll cover that in an upcoming episode because it's in the notes somewhere. But yeah, I've actually got Ruth Radley's signature in mine, so like very, very exciting for that. Funny enough, actually, whilst we had him, it's a story. My vinyl, hopefully, I can get signed by loads of people, even one day visiting Canada and don't know Montreal, and also by the musicians. I said to Ruth Radley on both the vinyls that I have, she signed the front of them and she's also signed the inside of it. And I said to her, I want the composers to sign the front of it and then also the inside, and then have the developers sign the inside of it. Because I think it's just kind of like apt for the thing. So hopefully one day we can have them all sign it as well. So fingers crossed. I'll just have to try and cross paths with it. The main one for the minute, because I know Tessa Rose Jackson is releasing music, just Tessa, announce a date where you're not in like Brighton or some other strange part of the UK. Make it London, make it Manchester, make it anywhere like I can go strategically visiting, like Birmingham, Liverpool, somewhere in the UK. All I ask for, because I need that vinyl signed. I need that vinyl signed. So yeah. Anyway, we'll wrap up here. We'll pick out, as I said, hopefully Tessa Rose Jackson, here's my plea. But yeah, leave us your comments. Obviously, on this podcast, we pick one out from side A, side B. We'll carry it over, but we'll sign off here. I don't actually know what episode it is. I'm going to check it up now. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are new here, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, share your friends, and also as well, StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. You can check us out on Spotify with the video version, Apple Podcasts. Go and rate us, go and download us, because it helps support the channel and helps boost our visibility. And also as well, before we wrap up as well, big shout out to our Patreon users. So we obviously have Kevin Lackner, Sundy, Clare McLoughlin, YellowFlash, Jake Churchill, Carly Godberry, Kevin Kestis, Clarks, MrAnselmi, and also Spunger, who are all signed up to Patreon. So thank you so much for the Patreon users. It's really appreciated. Obviously, there's been a Patreon incentive that has been live as well. There will also be the podcast episode coming up, so you can submit topics towards it. And also, hopefully, we have more Patreon incentives coming very, very soon. So yeah, wrap up here. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. Hopefully, it's Michelle and Luke's second part interview coming up next, and then things will hopefully play out the next part, which I need to map out. But yeah, stay tuned. We are 1 month away from our double exposure special episode, which will be coming up at the end of October. So we're very excited to do that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.
See you.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Brown.